here, and I'm a little bored. That's why I decided to kind of stream a little bit and and just complain about the game in general. Complain about progress in the game, the concept of progress in this game. It is so weird, so frustrating, so disappointing, so underwhelming how the progress system is applied in this game. And the reason why I say that is because no matter how much money you spend on the game, it is not worth the amount or the or how much progress you are going to obtain in the game. Because here's the thing, every time I have improved my squad, for some reason I have felt that matchmaking is not very kind to me. Every time I've improved my team, my squad, by buying one of the top players, and I'll show you again my squad in a minute. By the way, just on a side note, like, bronze pack method is the way to go, man. Not so many people do the bronze pack method. You can't, I'll tell you, you don't know how many coins you can make through the year if you actually did this. Bronze pack method is the best investment. It's a kind of a little slow in order for you to see the return on it, but you definitely through the months and through the years, through the year, if you are a FIFA aficionado or if you're a FIFA addict like me, you are gonna find that the bronze pack method is the best method for you to actually make spare coins, especially if you're like a regular player like me. And I'm gonna touch on me being a regular player like further down this video, but let me go back to the point of progress in this game. So through the year, I've been improving like everybody else. They want to improve their team. That's the reason why we play, because we want to get to our ultimate team. I made pretty good investments this year. Didn't follow the trend, just traded. I actually was part of this trading group, where you get advice on what to invest. But like, when everybody's doing the same thing, then the market is not favorable for everybody doing the same thing. So like, say if you want to buy 83s, 84s, and like 1,000 people in a trading group, they all buy the same players. What the system does, you gotta give props to EA, because despite this game being so bad, they have put the best code. I tell you, I don't know for sure, I'm just speculating, but you're getting this info from somebody who plays this game and only this game. I don't take breaks on Fortnite. I don't take breaks on NBA 2K or any other kind of game. I just play FIFA, man. This is the only game I play. And to be honest with you, like, it's so hard to progress in this game. And once you do it, man, it's so stupid. But I was saying something about the market, right? So yeah, going back to the market. So when everybody's doing the same thing and buying a bunch of players, for some reason, what happens is, if there's pack openings, right, then people start packing those players that people are buying, so they actually don't go up in price. So they are bad investments. At the end of the day, you just wasted your time. I mean, at best, you would just break even. Get back get back all the coins that you invested. I mean, at best, sometimes. So I just decided to trade on my own, to follow the trends and see, what type of players I could buy on Sundays and on Wednesday nights so that I could get them the cheapest and then try to sell, on Fridays and Tuesdays, especially after the SBCs came out. And I tell you, man, for some reason, every time I made an investment, my investments went sour because probably a bunch of people were doing the same thing. Anytime there was like a big SBC announced, and I would just try to be a few steps ahead. I would just, get the 83s and 84s. And it turned out that EA delayed so many times SBCs, man. They played us, man. They played traders this year. This is why I just stuck to the bronze pack method, like there's nothing. It's a slow method, but it's a sure, man. It's a sure method, Slowly but surely with the bronze pack method. But if everybody starts doing it, then it gets screwed over, Then we will have to do maybe silver pack method, right? Something like that. Well, going back to what I was saying, so progress in this game it's so underwhelming because it doesn't matter if you grind the game. It doesn't matter if you put a bunch of money on the game, bunch of money in the game, like open packs. First of all, pack weight, it's really poor. This year it's probably been one of the worst years in terms of packs. Because even though if you end up like packing an 87, there's 87 players that have not gone over the 50K mark. So you never pack anything significant that you could say, like that you could feel that you're getting your money's worth, when you spend. But to really like give you my evidence, the evidence of why it is a bad decision to spend on FIFA points, unless like if you're like a YouTuber or something like that, if you upload videos and you make a living off of this, you have already an established following. So it makes sense for you to put in thousands of dollars and opening the packs to get that rush. When you open the pack, you get the happiness. And usually, like whenever I didn't do something, those were the times that whenever the rewards were given, that's when people will start packing a bunch of stuff. Like I don't know, I feel a little paranoid because I feel that EA is chasing me. I remember that 1 or 2 weeks I started playing squad battles. So my friends, they kept playing, right? Because I was so frustrated because squad battles, man, like the computer learns the way you play, and they just like use the tactics against you. They just everything you do, the computer cancels out. That's what they do in this game. Everything you do, like if you're a guy who likes to cross a lot, then the computer is gonna stay back and have a lot of bodies on the box and really ready, to sort of like, intercept and cut any cross that you send in the box. And or if you're like a possession player like me, a possession style player, the computer becomes super. It could be a team of bronze players with no camps, talking about like 60 cam, and that team could beat you up and really, have all the good positioning, and it doesn't even have to be ultimate difficulty. It could be world class difficulty. Like the difficulty, man, the dynamic difficulty, bro, has damaged this game, because like sometimes you might wanna, like settle for lesser rewards by playing in lower difficulties in squad battles, and still you get those games that the computer just plays, man, that the computer just plays as if you were playing on ultimate. And this is why I'm really disappointed with this game, and I might not buy FIFA 20, man, because I mean, going again through this thing where you don't progress, where EA is just milking us up, like getting money off of our pockets. I'm not a big spender, believe me. I'm a really cheap guy. When it comes to this type of stuff, because through the years I've never seen the progress. I never seen the improvement, because it is all down to matchmaking. And every time I made a big purchase, either someone on my team on that first match got injured, or I got matched up against like one of those like really good players, or I would get, like whenever you're on a winning streak, when you get that poor gameplay game, because EA wants to stop your streak. This year, man, they have outdone themselves. EA has really done it, man. This year, they are geniuses, man. This game is a masterpiece. For those who criticize this game is a masterpiece, because all they've done this year, it was about the money. It was about the money. It wasn't about anything else, and it is a cash cow. It's the goose of the golden eggs. EA is milking us. It's milking us dry in exchange for nothing. We grind and grind and grind and never get there, because what they do. Let me tell you what it is that EA does. I'm gonna tell you what it is that EA does. So I spent $100 right in the game. That first $100 that I spent, I remember that I think I uploaded a video in this channel about that. But I tell you what, like those first $100 that I spent, those 12K FIFA points that I spent on this game, were great. I remember that when I got to the 7K mark, I had already made 1,000,000 coins. But after that, man, I just damned myself. My pack luck through the year, I just damned it. Because I don't know if you guys, but look this up on YouTube, and you're gonna find a video that it's gonna tell you that microtransactions just milk 1% of the players, because only 1% of the players spend the money, and those are the accounts that if you buy FIFA points a first time, man, you are never gonna pack anything again through the year. I mean, you might, but it's gonna be so hard for you to pack anything, because they are gonna wanna give you all the bad stuff. Even in guaranteed packs, you're never gonna give what you should get. Even in guaranteed packs, they are gonna try to screw you, because they know you're a spender. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna try to frustrate you. There's a code in this game that's gonna try to frustrate you. Believe me, I did it, and it was so hard for me. I would just pack. If I packed something good, it would be the same players. And believe me, I took untradeable rewards. So you can imagine how frustrating this is. You know that I did a bunch of Champions League upgrades, hoping to pack a Messi or a CR7 or something I could use, maybe a Pogba or a Kante or something I could use, It doesn't have to be Messi or Ronaldo, but something I could use, and I never pack anything. of value. And if I did, it would be I would repack Isco that I already had, or I would repack Leroy Sané, which I already had. We had to put him in as receivers. I remember Tony Cruz. I didn't want to do Tony Cruz. I mean, I didn't want to do Insigne during Christmas, the Champions League Insigne. I didn't want to do him, but I had to do him because I packed a duplicate Sané. So I had to put Sané in and just do that as receive. So I didn't lose, like what I packed. It was an untradeable card. So I was just supposed to just lose that card. And if you have like untradables on the hub, like you're not able to open more packs. You're not able to like keep doing, like the SBCs and keep opening like those Champions League or upgrade packs. And I never packed anything again, man. EA was trying to frustrate me to the point that I spent more during Black Friday. Too bad that this year they didn't give us, didn't give us like good deals on the packs. Usually like pack price would go down like 50% during Black Friday, and this year, man, not even on Cyber Monday. So after spending 12K FIFA points, I spent $180 more on the game during Black Friday. I didn't sell my squad during that November month because I just got tired. I've had it with the YouTubers, I've had it with the big traders online, and all the people doing the same thing. So they screwed up the market. A bunch of people sold their cards and just ended up selling coins. I mean losing coins. And what I did is, I kept my squad. I had a bunch of icons. I remember I had Prime Stoichkov, and the thing is, I had that Stoichkov, and all of my friends were like, "Sell that guy. He's a 3-star weak foot." I had that Prime Stoichkov, and I remember that I was enjoying myself. But I still was getting my usual go-to finish. I would start good. Sometimes I would start like 10. There was a time that I started 9-1. Stoichkov was doing his thing, and then all of a sudden, I would start playing on Saturday, and that poor gameplay, slow, laggy gameplay of Saturdays on FIFA, Ultimate Team, Weekend League. You guys know how it is, right? I would just like, get even. Break even in wins and losses, right? We'll start 9-1 and then lose 9 on Saturday, and then just be 9-10. Oh my God! And then like just finish my goal 3 or goal 2. I would just finish like, get 19 wins regularly, and then I mastered time finishing, and then did better. But then EA, despite all the things that happen, that you have to deal with DCs, disconnections, all the weird stuff with the dynamic difficulty in the game, and all the things that we have to deal with, we also have to deal with having to relearn the game every couple months because EA changes everything. You see, and they're gonna do it next year, and they're riding this wave on the fact that we get that dopamine shot that our brains give us, that rush, that excitement that our brains get by opening packs, and it's never gonna change because we're addicts. We are addicts to that, and that's why we always are gonna. We're never gonna be happy, but we're still gonna keep spending because that's what addicts do. They keep spending and they're never happy. They're never satisfied with the drugs that they keep getting to their system because it doesn't do anything to them at that point. It's the same thing here. The more we spend, the more we keep playing this game, our team, we don't get better results. Do you think it's fair to spend $100 to get one more win on the weekend league, one more win by improving, by getting one. But that's what you get. If you get Ronaldo on your squad, he guarantees one win to your average. If you average 18 wins a weekend, that Ronaldo's gonna give you that one more win. Now we're gonna end up like getting 19, and then if you get Messi, that's another win. So that you're gonna be a goal one player because you have, but you already were a goal two player. It's never gonna do anything, man. It doesn't do anything because matchmaking is not kind to you, and the dynamic difficulty isn't kind to you either. You're listening to a guy who has played squad battles regularly. I always played in legendary. I'm gonna show you. I always play in legendary. I don't play it in ultimate because I like to practice. And ultimate, the gameplay is so different. You get better. I mean, I could get better rewards if I played it in ultimate. In ultimate, because I would be like scoring, higher. Getting the 3,000 points a match that you need like to maybe have the luck to hit top 100 and squad battles. But the dynamic difficulty is not gonna be kind to you. I'm still on the same place. I'm still on the same place, and look at the squad that I have. Guys, it's not worth it. It's not worth to spend money on this game. Look at the squad that I have, and I get those matches when Johan Cruyff. Let's look at him. Let's look at him. Where you see that agility, 95 agility, and gets +4 because of the game style. Or, I mean, it's on basic. It makes sense to leave Johan Cruyff on basic. But you see that, and you see that his 5-star wake foot and 5-star skill moves, like that left foot still weak. This year, I don't know what EA did. 4-star wake foot became really, really bad this year, man. If you have a player that has 4-4 or 4-3 with the 4-star weak foot, man, that's as good as 3-star weak foot from last FIFAs. From past FIFAs. From FIFA 17, I remember that a player that had 4-star weak foot, man, it would be a nightmare, man, because it was like 4-star weak foot was really close to 5-star wake foot. But now 5-star wake foot is as good as 4-star wake foot from previous FIFAs, man. And I had this guy, and this guy would have a match in which I would have the perfect angle and do an across the body shot with the left foot, and it would not go in. I would get a match where this card would play terribly. And I kept this card because look at that agility. And I compare him to Vieira and a bunch of players, man. He's not that as strong as Vieira, but when I got this card, when the La Liga team of the season was on packs, like I was doing so well with this card. But I don't know what happened. For some reason, after that week was over, this card just plays so regularly. Because that's the thing, for some reason I noticed that they reduce your cards. Look, like I was saying, on Black Friday, man, I didn't sell. So what I did is I sold the first week of December, right? When I sold that first week of December, all my squad, I made profit. By January, I did a bunch of SBCs. So you can see, I did Prime Raul, I did Prime Rivaldo. You can't see it now, but I did Prime, because of those icons I submitted on SBCs, and I had Campbell. I put in Campbell for Cannavaro. So I don't listen to what everybody says. He's short, but look, he has 98 jumping, and he has a pretty good agility. Agility similar to those of Team of the Year Ramos. You see what I'm saying? And agility is really important when you want to chase people on the pitch. I did Balak. See, all these players are untradeable. All these players, you can see. untradeable. I did all those SBCs because I had like 4 million coins by January. And the market had crashed because a lot of people were opening packs. And I did all those. And I tell you what, I learned how to use that team. I mastered time finishing. The previous version of the time finishing. And all of a sudden, man, EA takes it away. I just had it with the game. I had it. Everything became so random. There's no point. I mean, I know you get the rush and the experience, and you kill that urge of having that card, because when you see it, usually you would face people that would have a match against you in which they would use those cards, and those cards would be so great. But then you get the card and you realize that he doesn't play to his stats most games. He gets reduced, especially if you have a team like this. If you have a team like this, those cards are never playing to their stats. So at the end of the day, man, it's a cash grab. Like, it's a cash grab. They're gonna get your money and not gonna give you anything on return. You see these cards, they were so good in January. Now they're not as good. All these cards and Team of the Season cards are similar to these cards, you know. They might be a little better depending if you get the high-end players like Messi, Ronaldo, Aguero, Kante, you know, like those players are supposed to like post a challenge, but not like really, you know, nullify the output of a Stoichkov. I mean, he has 3-star Wickwood, but he's a beast. So you can see, you know, 92 shot power. You get +5 from the cam style, the vision, everything, and the card says all that. 89 composure, you know, that's the composure that R9 has, and this guy his headers are so good. Yeah, 82 accuracy. His headers are so good, and that's probably the most consistent way to score. But at the end of the day, man, I don't feel satisfied. And look at the kind of team that I have. And I'm doing Pele right now. And I just want to try him because I didn't try him last FIFA. But I should have tried him last FIFA because at least I was gonna get to feel and experience a better version of the gameplay using that card, and maybe would have enjoyed it more, because I know I'm gonna get that Pele and I'm not gonna enjoy him. Look, I've been improving this team this past like month and a half. Got Dino, got Cruyff, you know, packed these 2 cards. I mean, I like this guy, even though like many people might not understand it, but this guy has 4-star Wickwood, so you can do croquetas with this guy as a fullback. You can do croquetas with Alves. So as you can see, all these guys except the 2 central defenders have 4-star Wickwood, 4-star skill moves. So I love this thing, man. I love it. In terms of like being able to like do Berba spins and surprise people, because they might not know that these fullbacks like they can do those type of skills. You know, I sometimes surprise them with that, you know, with that wing, you know, Berba spin inwards, where you get in the box and you just leave your opponent. And EA, anything that could have given or could have or helped the creation of a skill gap has been taken out of the game. And you do a Berber spin, and your opponent, like, they catch up to you again so quick. Like, EA wants to bail bad players. Like, they don't want to encourage for us to like learn how to play the game, be good defenders. What EA wants to do is like, after getting beat, you're still gonna have another chance to keep competing. EA is always gonna keep you competing. So people are gonna do that Berber spin on you. You're still gonna be able to catch them again and take the ball back and maybe foul them and not get called. Everything is RNG this year, man. Even the bounces out of bounds They are RNG. Sometimes players come, tackle me, push the ball out of my feet, and the ball belongs to them. I lose possession. When I was tackled, that didn't used to happen in previous FIFAs. I mean, you would tackle violently, but you knew the results. It could go out. And you could like get called for a foul or anything. But this FIFA, man, and probably this is the FIFA that I have spent the most because I'm telling you, I'm cheap. I spent through the year probably $300, and I am disappointed and regret it because you don't get anything from it. You don't get anything. You don't get to enjoy these players because they don't play to their cards stats. They do, but they do so little. You think you're gonna have better results, and all you're doing is killing the fun of your experience in this game because you're gonna get matched up. You're gonna get matched up against great players once you have a team like this. And this rating, this 89 rating, oh my God! Don't let me get started with the RNG against you. I'm telling you, man, you could get a rebound with Johan Cruyff, and sometimes RNG is so bad that you take a shot, maybe 3 yards away from goal, and you still scuff the whole net, or send it to the third floor, or just hit the post, and get a weird bounce that the keeper or one of the defenders has a better chance to get to it than you. Also, I don't get assistance. I see that most of my opponents, they get assistance. Once you have a squad like this, you don't get that much assistance. Those players you get them maybe once every few matches. Maybe if gameplay was good, you would get it more. But like, you don't get assistance. You play with a squad like this, and it's you on your own, man. So if you're thinking that you're a go-to player because you had Johan Cruyff, or maybe you just got tired of like maybe losing, you're gonna spend all these coins and I mean those all these FIFA points to like get improving your squad. Nothing's gonna happen, bro. This game is not gonna let you enjoy your investment. Maybe for a couple weeks, but then those players, man, you're gonna start getting matched up against high caliber players who are gonna have tactics that are going to like make your players play like crap, and your investment and the progress that you're supposed to get is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. You're gonna get all these cards. All I do with this is just keep getting gold too. This is all I did because that's what they do. They decrease your cards. That's what they do. That's the way it feels. I remember that Balak used to be a beast. A couple of weeks ago, before adding this other guy, I don't know his name, the Spaniard guy from Napoli. After adding this guy, my midfield got a little better. Yeah, Fabian. Yeah, after adding Fabian, my midfield got a little better because he has the agility to turn fast. But Balak doesn't have that much agility, even though he has the strength, the shooting, the passing, has everything, but doesn't have that agility. In this game, it doesn't matter how the technical skills do not matter. It's the physical skills that matter to get performance, because this game is like Premier League based. The code in this game favor the Premier League style of play. The physical, fast, pacey, and defense, not tactical defending, but rough defending, where you just push people out of the ball. That's the defending that happens in FIFA, and it's so sad that they don't make a well balanced game that actually represents and translates in terms of impact from cards and big name players, like on the video game. It doesn't translate This is why you get players that have no business being used in this game, being highly used. And you go to one of those platforms and check how many matches people have played with those cards. And in real life, those players are not that great. But you get this slide in Ultimate Team where you get a bunch of players and that they play better than players. I always had that problem with this game, that complaint. I had that complaint with this game because you cannot tell me that Paul Pogba was better than Andres Iniesta 2 years ago, man, or 3 years ago. Andres Iniesta is a guy that was robbed from a Ballon d'Or. And it was sad that Iniesta didn't have that impact on your club. If you had him as a Pogba or maybe as a Kante, yeah, Kante would be a better comparison in terms of like showcasing the superiority of a card like an Iniesta guy, like an Iniesta or maybe a Xavi Alonso. Those guys are way better than Kante will ever be. Kante's just a great defensive midfielder, but those guys, man, they were great technicians. They were great creators, and to a level where I would dare to say or state that to a level that their creative or magician skills were so high that Kante's defensive impact wouldn't overcome. And it's sad that those cards were not usable. I mean, you could risk it. You could risk it and just go on foot chance and play with those cards, but you know what you will be getting yourself into. You know that once you faced a player that had all those tall central defensive mid, they were gonna just harass you and push you off the ball. And this is it, man. This is why I had to state this, because like it's incredible how you got to keep improving your squad and having these god squads, so that you can keep yourself at the same level. Not they sell you all these FIFA points under the promise or under the false promise of progress, or like getting better results in the world. You're never gonna get those, man. You better start watching YouTube videos, start watching those pro players and learning how to play the game. That's when you are actually gonna take advantage of getting these cards. But these cards are not gonna do anything for you, because if you get them and the more you improve your squad, the least help you get. Supposedly, the standard difficulty that we play in is professional. But there's dynamic difficulty. That's why you get Johan Cruyff missing right in front of goal, 1v1 against the keeper, or you get Best missing, or you get Stoichkov missing, scoffing shots, because there's a dynamic difficulty in this game. You could be like you could shoot to an empty net, and you still have like a high percentage of losing. I mean, of missing that shot. Right there, that's the evidence. That's the evidence that we shouldn't be spending. I mean, if you're rich, I mean, do it, but do it consciously. Do it because you just want to experience the card, not because you actually want to progress. Because like you don't get anything. It's like just throwing money away. You're still gonna be the same go-to player unless you get better. That's when you're gonna start like, I play with this team and my fingers still get the same blisters that I get in the weekend league. And I'm getting blisters because matchmaking is not being kind to me. I'm getting blisters to just barely make it to goal 3. And I still grind it. And I'm getting blisters with this squad that you see right there. I'm getting blisters on my fingers because I'm facing competition that is so high, one after the other and one after the other. I don't have a problem with that, but come on, man. Like, I mean, it is stupid. Like, this game, your results don't mean anything. Because if you get lucky, like on a weekend, and you get good matchmaking, you might get a good result that weekend. And it's not indicative of your level of play, because the whole system is just for EA to make money, not for you to have a good experience with the game or the product. They don't even want that. They don't want you to have a good experience. They want you to play, and they want to give you every week that little rush to keep you addicted. You know, you're never gonna do as good as you want. You're always gonna keep grinding. Never gonna be satisfied, because they want you to keep spending. That's what they want you to do. They want you to keep spending. They want you to keep putting in your money to keep improving your squad, because those cars are gonna get bad. They're gonna become useless to you. You're gonna have to keep putting money in to keep getting the same result. You were an elite player, still gonna keep getting elite. Or you better be ready to play boring football, because that's the way you win in this game. You gotta play a boring style, because an all-out attack style of play is not rewarding. A possession style of play is not rewarding on this game. The game is gonna make you lose so that you get frustrated and spend more money on it in hopes they're gonna make those cards against you. When they play against you, those cards are gonna be super awesome. But what we don't actually do is try to communicate with that guy that just beat you, and ask them how they're doing on the weekend league. Ask them how their weekend is going, and maybe they're gonna tell you, oh, okay, before beating you, I lost 3 matches. I mean, these are my experiences for real, man. I've asked people, because I've been playing this game for 4 years, and I can't believe that at this point I'm still not able to make it to Elite 3. And maybe EA is watching this video, right? And maybe they're gonna soften my matchmaking, because I notice it softens up. It does softens up. As long as you don't like get on a winning streak, like matchmaking is gonna soften up. Because they gotta get you invested. They gotta get you in that gold 2, gold 3, level, that mid level. That's where they want you. That's what they want you, so that you spend in hopes of getting better results and getting better rewards. And the same thing every weekend. Instead of getting easier, it gets harder. You spend money to make it easier for you, but it gets harder and harder every week. It is stupid. Why spend? Because it gets harder. It doesn't get easier. Like, if you don't spend, you stay on the same level. Okay, you get bored, and you get that anxiety or that urge of wanting to get better, and then you play against these cars. These cars play magnificent against you, and then you get them in those first 3 matches. That car is so good, and then start scoffing shots, empty nets, scoffing empty nets shots. Start missing simple passes, the simplest of passes. Your goalkeeper start, well, I packed this guy. That's the best car. That all black guy is the best car that I've packed in this Team of the Season campaign. I mean, this guy's decent, but I would have liked maybe to pack Jordi Alba. This guy is okay. I kept him because I saw how much of a beast he was. But you want the big names. I didn't get to pack them because that's EA. And until we, the community, don't open our eyes, man, and realize what they are doing, at least, okay, I give you that. If you want to spend money on the game, at least if we got improvement, it would be money well spent. But we don't get anything. Our teams do not improve. The total experience, you are never gonna feel that you got that edge unless you learn how to play the game and learn how to use those cars. That's when those cars are gonna do something for you. But don't believe that you're gonna get better results just by upgrading the squad, because matchmaking from that point on is never gonna be kind to you, you're probably gonna have to face all the BS rebounds when you tackle. Even more, if you get that rating, see 89 rating, my rating, man, 89 and 100 chemistry, I could face a squad right now with 65 chem, man. And that squad against me is gonna feel to that guy, to my opponent, is gonna feel great to him. His players are gonna feel like Messi. Each and every one of his players is gonna feel like Messi on the ball, man. And I have George Best, and I put in, those game styles to give him more dribbling, because I know how important dribbling is in FIFA, especially in a poor game like this one, that you need the best dribbling, as much dribbling as you can get. And my Dino, man, I've tried Dino on the draft, man, and it's been so underwhelming. Because what they do is, when there's new versions of the card, like they reduce the previous card, man. I'm 100% positive. They are never going to admit it, man, because it's a cash cow. They're not obligated. They're not, just the way as we are not obligated to buy anything from EA. EA is not obligated to do anything for us. They're not obligated, and they have shown that they don't have the morality. They don't have the morality. They don't have the good heart. The fellow that customer and customer servicer relationship doesn't exist with EA. EA is all whatever they want to do, like these dictatorial ideologues that they are. It's whatever they do, we take it or leave it. And it's time that they understand that we are the ones who are in power, that we are the ones who consume their product, that we are the ones that things need to change in order for us to keep consuming their product. Things should be balanced. And I think, that's the way it is. I mean, in everything, if you look closely, look at everything, man. Look at everything. Look at the wrestling is the best thing, because that's scripted and it's manipulated, and you can see so many antics used in wrestling applied on FIFA. See, there's a bad guy, there's a heel, and there's a good guy, the hero, the heel, and the hero. That dynamic. The heel, it's given some time to get the title for a few months. He cheats his way through wins and keeps getting the title until the big event comes. And once that big event comes, then the champion wins the title back, keeps it for 2 weeks, and loses it again, and the heel is back on it. And then when the other big event comes, then the champion is crowned again. It's like, it's the search, it's the struggle. The struggle is what keep people tied up. It's what keep people invested. And they figured it out, and they apply it in this game so good. They apply it, man. This game has so much code that is crazy, man. That dynamic difficulty, man, they're geniuses, man. This is the best cash cow. This is the best way. The patterns that we're gonna go through mentally while playing this game is what's gonna rewire our brains, and it's gonna make us addicted to it. They know what they're doing, man. I've seen this pattern in everything, and that's what keeps people going. Like, happiness gets boring. People like the struggle. That's when you get the rush. I mean, I don't know if it's like a primal instinct from humans, because we're made to be competing, to be surviving out there, in the wild, but we've been civilized. So for some reason, maybe psychologically, they know how to get us, man. These people, they know how to get us. They put these patterns in the game to get us, bro. To keep spending and never get anything from it. Never get better at the game, never improve at the game. The same thing every single year. How come that I have played thousands of games, and I have watched thousands of hours of YouTube videos, instructional YouTube FIFA videos, and I still can't get Elite 3 because either matchmaking is not kind to me, either a bad gameplay match is gonna come, either dynamic difficulty is gonna play against me, and I'm gonna be in that 0-0 match that I had 20 shots. I'm gonna be on a 1v1, and then I'm gonna miss that shot, and my opponent is gonna come and make a, you know, kick a through with the central defender, and it's gonna go through and find one of his strikers, and or either he's gonna cross the ball and then score, and we keep playing this when in reality it's there. That's the programming. We are playing to their goal. We are playing to their end, and their end and EA's goal is to make money, not to satisfy us, the customers. When are we going to, as a community, understand that? EA is never gonna fix this game, because if they fix the game, it's not going to make money. That's the reality of it. It's gonna become boring if the great players always win. It's boring to them. The bad players always lose. They're gonna quit. They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back to play this. Nobody wants frustration all the time. And sometimes it's better to like be lucky than good, you know. And that's what EA does, you know. EA lets you taste that victory. And the bad thing about it is like, this game is so bad that if you're bad, they match you up with someone better than you, and then again, you're gonna keep facing people that are better than you. You're gonna keep getting beat. That at the point of frustration that you have to deal with, you wanna get that next win at all costs. You don't care that maybe the keeper like just became invisible and the ball went through his hand and body and just went in. Your opponent's keeper did that, and you're probably not gonna care because you're frustrated. You're frustrated with the game, and you just want something to go your way. That's why it's never gonna get fixed. See, I told you already, it's never gonna get fixed. Next FIFA, it's gonna have. Next FIFA is going to have the same thing, the dynamic difficulty that some people call scripting. It's gonna be there, man. Your players are gonna dynamic difficulty. Your players are gonna get reduced. They're not gonna be great, and then next match they're gonna play well. And that's what so many people call inconsistent gameplay. But is it really inconsistent? Is it really an inconsistent gameplay or unintended gameplay? It is what it is, man. I just wanted to rant a little bit. Honestly, man, you'd rather learn how to trade, and if you don't have time, just play with your 83 rated squad. Believe me, you're gonna get more of that than spending money on FIFA, man. FIFA, you know, unless you're a YouTuber that makes content, want to open packs, to make content and like get views, you know, and make money off of that. There's no point. You don't get. I mean, just play your foot champs and get whatever rewards you get. Because EA, man, this year, bro, they manipulate. They tell you that the same odds that any card has. Let's say this guy is a bronze player, right? If that guy gets a team of the week card, right? This bronze guy, right? He gets a team of the week card. EA changes the odds, man. Like that guy, you're never gonna pack that guy on a bronze pack unless you open probably hundreds of packs. They're not gonna give it to you. They change. They tell you, oh, you're gonna get the same odds of that card, or packing the same odds of packing that card. That's the same odds that the inform gets. BS. That's BS, man. That's BS. That inform, you're gonna get really maybe decimals or percentages in the odds of packing it. Maybe an Higuain, maybe a Messi. You get decimals or percentages to pack those cards. And the thing is, like, I'm ranting now, but if I open my rewards tomorrow and maybe do the guaranteed ultimate team, ultimate thoughts pack, and I pack Ronaldo, then I'm gonna feel that this year was worth it. And in reality, it's not. I mean, I'd rather make this video today, because if I pack Ronaldo when I do it tomorrow, uh, I'm probably gonna have a different opinion, right? Probably gonna have a different opinion and not give it to you straight, man. Not give it to you with truth. Well, this has been my video, man. I just wanted to run and let things out of my chest, so I don't get crazy. I mean, I won 4 matches of squad battles, and I don't feel satisfied because I can't exploit the potential of my players. I can't exploit the whole fun aspect, you know, of getting a Ronaldinho and being able to skill my way through goal. I wish I could do that, but this game, the gameplay is so bad. You know, I wish I could exploit, maybe Johan Cruyff to the fullest and be able to score maybe 9 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 shots that I try. That's what we all want. But I'd rather do bronze pack method or trade a little bit here and there than spending money on the game. Because I mean, I still don't pack anything. My thoughts, man, this year, they were the worst. I haven't packed any quality thoughts. Maybe Berardi, and Berardi, we all know, man, he's not meta. I haven't packed any of the meta cards, man. I haven't packed like a good icon. Packed Nakata twice. Packed Nakata, Prime Nakata, and Baby Nakata. That's the best icons I've packed. And I know why that is. That is because I already did spend once, and they wanna frustrate me. Never gonna give me anything on packs. They want me to open more packs in order for me to actually be able to pack anything. In order for me to be actually able to pack something, I am going to have to be a big spender, which is something ludicrous, whatever the word, the right pronunciation of that word is. But it's so sad, man. There's no point, man. Just, I mean, follow Run the Foot Market. He's not giving me any money, but follow that guy and learn how to trade, man. There's no point in spending money on this game. Never gonna do anything. Watch pro players, learn how to play. Learn how to play the game. And just like progress as slow as you can, but never gonna see a difference. If you're a pro player who's gonna make his money back, okay, put in $5,000. Put in $5,000 and get that great squad from the beginning and just like kill people with R9 that first week. That's what you should do. Kill them. Kill people. Score 5 against them. Get that CR7 on day 1, But if you're just a regular player, which most players are in FIFA, most players are, probably the highest population on a ranking on Foot Champs are Gold 2 players, or Gold players in general, Gold 1 through 3. That's the highest amount of players. I can assure you that. I tell you what, never gonna do anything. It's not gonna put you to elite. You're gonna have to get better at this game. Create your own Develop your own playstyle. That's the only way. If you spend money on the game, never gonna progress. Never gonna progress. Still gonna be behind. Because it would be so sad to spend some money on the game and next week be without money and without progress in the game. You see what I'm saying? Rich people, they can do it, okay? Because $100 is nothing to them. But I mean, $100 is 1 week worth of food. 1 week worth of food. And some people give it to EA so easily, man. For a single person, $100 is 1 week worth of food on the United States. And decent, I wouldn't say great food, but I mean decent food, something you can get on any big supermarket, You can get a week's worth of food with $100, and we give it to EA, and we don't get any progress. The car doesn't do what is advertised to do. Doesn't do anything. So at the end of the day, you're just screwed. You're without money. That way, they would have to change the codes in the game, because that's the biggest problem. It's the codes. All the scripts, all the codes that they have into the game, they're gonna have to change it if less people spend. If less people spend money, I assure you they're gonna have to change it. They're gonna have to study the pattern and break out of that model that they currently have. That model in which frustration is the way to go, make our players frustrated so that they spend more money. But if we get so frustrated that they start to lose us, they're gonna have to soften us the codes, have to soften the codes and make the codes a little more open in terms of players playing to their card stats, or playing or leaving more control of the outcomes to the actual players that face each other, rather than the RNG be predetermined before the match. It is sad, but that's what it is, man. FIFA 20 is gonna be the same thing. Gonna keep grinding and grinding and grinding to no avail, to not get better rewards, to keep getting matched against great players, and you're gonna stay on the same place because they're gonna let you play 2 players on your caliber, and then those players you're gonna beat. Those players that are on your caliber, if you have the better team, you're gonna win. But then they're gonna start, letting you play people that are Division 1, people that know the mechanics of the game in and out, and then you're gonna suffer. Plus, they're gonna make RNG. They're gonna make RNG so bad against you that when you're facing those great players that are better players than you, with a worse squad than you, they're gonna get all the rebounds, and it's gonna be so easy for them to beat you. It's gonna be so easy for them to beat you up in this game, because they're gonna be getting the rebounds. You're gonna tackle them, and they're gonna get the ball back, and a guy that's an elite 1 player gets that type of a chance. That's just gifting them the match. EA just gifted that great player the match. If you tackle the guy, the ball bounces, the ball is back to that guy. He already beat you. He already has the edge getting into the match. Whatever script is going, he's a better player than you. But if he still gets a lot of help from the computer, where the only 1v1 that you got with Johan Cruyff, you scuffed it. And it wasn't you, it was just the computer who decided if it was gonna go in, it was gonna go out. That's another part, What is the point of spending? You don't see any progress, you just bought the card to take just a picture of the squad and share it with your friends? Is that a good enough of a reason to spend money? We're not getting our return, man. We're not getting what we invest in this game. You don't get it back. You're never gonna see it. You probably buy the cars now. 2 weeks later, it's gonna be a better version of your car, and your car is gonna get reduced. And that first car is gonna take its place in terms of performance and impact. That's the way it works. That's the way I felt it every time I played. Every time there's a new card of a player, you get that card. The previous impact that the first card had, that gold card had, is gonna go now to that new inform or special card, whatever you wanna call it. And that first card that you have is gonna get reduced. That's why you're gonna get like bad dribbling games from Isco, which has great dribbling, or bad dribbling games from like Gold Messi, you know. I mean, right now you go check Messi, man. You go check Messi. It's gonna be really little matches in which Messi is gonna feel as good as it should on the ball. It's never gonna feel great because it's the code in the game, man. It is what EA does, and despite all that, you had to relearn everything every couple months in this game. So progress, you're gonna have to start spending more money on the game to like buy more cars, buy new cars, because there's gonna be a new meta, and what worked before, it doesn't work anymore. But it's still two nets, and it's still 11 against 11, but what you did before is not gonna work anymore, because that's how EA rolls. But come on, man, just screw EA, screw EA, screw EA, screw EA, guys. That's all I have to say. And let's just not buy FIFA 20. That's what we should do. We should not buy FIFA 20. At least for that 1 year. They're going to see that, I mean, who's boss. We're going to show them that we have willpower to control our urges to open in those pies. If we show them that, then we're going to have a better game. We're going to have a game in which the money that you invest, you'll be able to see the return. You'll be able to see a difference. You'll be able to improve on the game, because like the least code that you get, the least help that you get, like on weird stuff, like weird bounces, like weird tackles that people tackle you and you get the ball back. Come on, man, you don't want to win like that, man. I mean, I've been fouled, man. I've been literally fouled, lose the ball like close to my box, and like just get a quick counter. My players, my defenders are on the ground, and I just got tackled by a striker who fouled me, and now he gets just a 1v1 against my keeper and just shoots him. He goes up, and then I had to keep grinding, keep outplaying the guy, keep creating good shots, maybe 13 or 14 more shots in order for me to be able to tie, and maybe create 13 more good clean loops in order for me to win that game 2-1. That's the way it works out on FIFA. The better your squad, the more stressful your playing is going to be. It's gonna get you stressed out, man. They're gonna match you up with great competition. I don't have a problem with that. But if at least they hadn't played a system that you get coins based on the difficulty that you face. Let's say dynamic difficulty. Don't take it away. You know, I'm for you leaving dynamic difficulty, but don't give me the 600 stupid coins that you give me. If you're giving me a match where RNG is against me, give me more coins if I win that match. Give me two times that amount of coins. Give me 1,200 coins. Don't give me the same 600 that I get when I beat a guy 5-0. Give me more coins. If I had to deal with a lot of RNG, if I had to deal with a poor dynamic difficulty, or with a great dynamic difficulty against me, where all my players got reduced, I have to beat my opponent, and then after I beat my opponent, I still get the same amount of coins for doing a more difficult job. I still get the same reward. It is crazy, man. It is crazy. It's not the same thing getting a hot dog from a hot dog stand outside of a courtroom than getting represented by a lawyer, you know? It's a more difficult task to be represented, to represent somebody as a lawyer, than buying a hot dog from a stand outside. That's why a hot dog is like what, $2, $3? That's why lawyer fees are like 1,000, maybe. I mean, it depends. Who knows? Because there are difficulties, and people should be rewarded. If you had actual interest of making this a good experience, at least, okay, leave it. Leave the scripting, but put in another code, the code that determines how many coins I'm gonna make. That if I play more difficult opponents, I get rewarded accordingly. Why don't you do that, EA? Leave it. But the problem is we get spent. We get spent on this game. It's so stressful to win. So stressing to win. I get blisters on my... I had the blisters of this weekend league. I had the blisters on my thumb, my left hand thumb, the one that I moved the analog with. I had blisters on it because I had to fight gameplay so much. Also, like, what the heck with the runs, EA? What the heck with the runs? Players, they get on runs, and it's like they're not aware of their environment. Like, they just want to complete their runs, and if gameplay is bad, Lord have mercy, man. If gameplay is bad, they will get stuck on those runs. Oh my God, it's so frustrating when you want to pass to like Balak, and Balak is making the previous run that he wanted to make because the gameplay is slow and that match is still just beginning to make that run really late. And then like you get a rebound and you're not able to get to it because the players are stuck on those runs instead of being aware of what's happening around them, you know. And sometimes, you know, the ball is close to them and they don't even like go for it because they're stuck on their runs, or they might be stuck on their instructions. What kind of game is this? And you want me to spend money to just keep getting the same amount of wins? To keep improving, getting these big cars, to still keep getting from 15 to 19 wins every week? I thought that at this point, if I had a team like this, I'd probably be getting Elite 3 or Elite 2, right? Matchmaking is never going to be kind to me. They are never going to be kind. They're going to match me up with pro players, with great players, to make me spend more, to make me wanting to keep improving my team. But I already wake up, man. It's up to you if you want to be kept plugged in on the matrix. We had to unplug, man. Wake up, guys. This is it, man. It's been the Bigfoot. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Leave a like on the video and have a good one. And again, don't buy FIFA 20.